Good morning, money magnets. So good to see everybody. This morning, I'm going to cover futures, Nasdaq, and the gold. And the last time we spoke about futures, we spoke about the 64.68 level. And it was a previous pivot high from July 31st. Multiple times, futures retested that area as a support. There was some buying pressure, but eventually that 64.68 level broke down and showed selling pressure, which was yesterday. And it managed to drop and hit the next fib level around 64.19ish, level to level. And here we are battling and bouncing, consolidating around that area this morning. Now, this was a previous sell zone not too long ago, back in early August. This was a previous sell zone and the breakout led to new all-time highs. But here we are retesting this area as a buy zone. That level is 64.19. So for today, a couple of things that we need to watch out for, either a breakdown or a bounce. If futures decides to go for a bounce, the resistance level I want you to watch is at 64.38. That's the current pivot high of this morning's candle. If 64.38 clears, futures can either go and back test the 5 DMA as resistant or go and back test the 64.68 level. Either way, I will trust or try to play a potential bounce if 64.38 clears to go hit 64.57 or 64.68. But if futures want to get out of pullback mode and resume the uptrend, then it needs to recapture 64.68. That will recapture a critical fib level that broke down yesterday and also get back above the 5 DMA, putting 65.07 and 65.22 plus back in place, sending us to new all-time highs. But if futures wants to be bearish and continue the sell-off that it started yesterday, it needs to take out 64.19, invalidating the breakout we had from August 12th, and it should send us back down to 63.81, 63.54, and 63.27. So the most important level to watch for today is that 64.19 level. If we bounce, clear 64.38, we can go hit the 5 DMA and that 64.68 fib level. But if we break down 64.19, we can expect more downside. Let the price action tell us what it wants to do. And here is the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq broke down multiple levels that I had yesterday, one of them being 23.672. I also had one at 23.616, but either way, both those levels broke and it went down and hit the next fib level, which was around 23.436. As you can see, this morning's candle is trying to break it down right now, and it came very close to hitting the next fib level that I have at 23.310. So as long as below 23.436, Nasdaq is trying to go for the breakdown, and that keeps 23.310 in play. And if that level fails, where is the 20 DMA? And if that level fails, 23.186 and 23.027 would be next. To avoid a breakdown or further downside, price needs to get back above 23.436 to avoid the breakdown. But to really trust the bounce, I'd like to see the level at 23.485 clear. That's the current pivot high in the pre-market right now. And if it clears 23.485, we should be able to bounce back to 23.616 or maybe even higher to retest this trend line, which would be around 23.743. Only possible for the bounce if we're above 23.436 and 23.485 clears. Otherwise, as long as below, more downside is possible. And last but certainly not least, here is gold. It's testing a critical level right now, a critical area. There was ever a time to watch what the gold does next. Now is the time, because we're in an important pivot area, which is this triangle pattern that it's been inside of since April. It's been developing since April. We have our third test as support. Question now is, will we break down this triangle or will we get a bounce? It looks like it wants to go for a bounce, but we have to be ready for any case scenario. If it does decide to go for a bounce, I have resistance at 33.33. If 33.33 clears, I would trust the bounce and go long. Whatever amount of shares you're comfortable with, that's what you grab. But you go long above 33.33 with 33.53 as my first target and then 33.73 above. I would not be surprised if gold goes back to the top of the triangle. But either way, it needs to clear 33.33, 33.53, and 33.73. Those levels clear, we can expect more upside, possibly back above 3400. But if we don't bounce from here and fill the rest of this triangle pattern to the top, to get a breakdown, gold, we need to get below 33.11, and then I have a fib level at 33.08. Break down 33.11 to break down the triangle, and break down 33.08 to break down the fib levels. If we can take out those two levels, I would believe gold is in breakdown mode, which would be very bearish. And And that's what I have for you guys this morning. I really appreciate you guys for being here. I hope I was able to help you guys find value in today's video. Good luck, and don't ever forget that you guys are a money magnet. Command it. Money flows to you now. Peace.